Hello people, I just wanted to show you that it's entirely possible for two mages to clear UBRS up to Jadd. So these are the talents that I recommend using, just a standard Frost clear casting spec. The most important talents being Shatter and Ice Barrier. In this video we're actually using a Fire Frost spec, but I really don't think it's worth it. So if you want to have it easier, just go for these recommended talents I'm showing right now. So here we're gonna start by clearing the orcs. Remember the golden rule, if it's slowable it's killable by mage, so don't be scared, just kill them. Then you want to eventually clear the whole room, because later on there's a possibility that you're gonna need the space to kite the dragons. Here we are just AoEing them down because it's faster, but it's much safer and easier if you just CC them and kill them one by one. And now we're getting to the UBRS room, so we're gonna start killing the dragons. They are a little bit hard, so you have to rotate your novas, and this is why Shatter is really important, because you're able to squeeze in extra damage on novas, which is great, and you need to kill them as fast as possible and try to avoid any damage because they can one-shot you, especially when they're enraged. So now we're gonna start by clearing the first room. It's pretty simple, you just ship pull 2 targets, and I really recommend shipping a warrior because the charge is super annoying. So you ship 2 targets and then you just kill the summoner. And save counterspells for the summons, and if you somehow don't have a counterspell, you can just interrupt with ship. You just ship the target and then insta break it. This pull right here was a little bit messy, we took way too much damage than we should have, and we ran out of mana at the end, simply because we're not spec'd clear casting. But it's not a big deal, I'm just saying that even if you make mistakes, it's entirely doable. The rooms are randomized aside from the last one, so here we have a room full of casters, which is quite good because casters have really low HP. So you just apply the same concept, ship 2, focus them down really quickly and don't let them summon. So now we're just skipping to the last room, which is the hardest one because it has more mobs. So what we're doing here in this clip, I'm just gonna do an ice block pull. I stay here in the corner in an ice block, and wait for them to gather up on me, so my friend can just flame strike and I can just get out a Nova and we just AoE them down. You can basically also try to AoE every single room, but it's just riskier and a little bit harder. So this is just a thing that we did for the last room, but you can just do it safer. You can also CC and you can kill one and just run out if you're getting overwhelmed. So you can just play however you want. It's just a little bit slower, but in the end the result is the same. This is the pool right before the boss. It's a little bit more annoying because they have the high ground, but it doesn't really matter that much. You just CC and kill them as usual. We're now finally heading to the boss room, and you may be asking, but you need 3 people to summon the boss, how are you gonna keep going? Very smart question, and the answer is, you're just gonna sell the Truestrike shoulders, the pre-raid best in slot for rogues, hunter and warriors. So now I'm just gonna head to Ironforge to find some people in trade chat, and then we're gonna go back to the boss. And as everything is already cleared, you should have no problem finding someone. And what we do is we put Muscle Looter on, and if the item drops, we get the money and give it to them, so it's super safe for everyone. Now we're finally here in front of the boss. We also have a priest, but it's not gonna do anything, it's just here for the trinket. I wanna show you guys that it's 100% possible to do it with 3 people. So what we're gonna do here is just gonna keep doing instant casts. Don't waste your time doing flame strike, because otherwise you're gonna get stunned mid casts and it's gonna be a disaster. So you need to keep arcane explosioning and cone of colding all the time to break the other people free of their stuns. So now you have some time before the boss actually pops up, so you can regen to full, and you and the other mage need to go at the opposite sides because you want to ping pong the boss later on. And here I'm wearing some fire resistance gear, which is not really necessary, but since I have some pieces it makes the fight a little bit easier, so I'm just gonna use them. And keep in mind that here you're not allowed to wipe, because if you do wipe, the boss is gonna despawn and you're not gonna be able to go further into the distance, negating all the progress you just made. Now the strategy here is very simple. You want to keep your ice barrier and fire ward up and then start DPSing. Once the shields go down, you tank some damage and then ice block. Once you ice block, the boss is gonna go on the other mage, so you can start DPSing again and rinse and repeat with cold snap until the boss is dead. And considering you also have some help from the third person, it should really be no problem. Finally we can start clearing up the Jadd, so same concept as before versus the dragons, root them, slow them and all the good mage stuff. And the priest here is always AFK because I want to show you guys 100% that you can do this with 2 mages. Here we just wanted to pull the path to start clearing for Jadd, but we also managed to pull the group to the right. But no panic, we're mages, so we just start doing our stuff and we managed to go through this. And right there where the mage jumps, it's actually the safe spot, which is where you can evade mobs if you're in a risky situation. Jadd takes such a long time to come around that we're just clearing every single patrol while we wait, just to be safe. When everything is clear, you're just gonna sit there and wait for Jadd to come to you, and he really likes to walk, so if you miss him, you're gonna have to wait for a while. So what I recommend doing here is actually going a little bit to the right and body pulling Jadd, not doing what we did, because we just pulled everything and that was not intended. So now we also pulled the other boss, and we're doing two bosses at once. Which is not a big of a deal since we're all melees and we're mages. But just saying, if you want to kill the other boss and get some random blue items that you can vendor or disenchant, feel free to do it, it's right there. Finally we get a Jadd kill and unfortunately no Trinket drop. But now you see how it is, you can do these runs and sell the shoulders and sell the Trinket, which are always in very high demand, and make quite some money. And if you're doing this kind of sale runs, you can just start with 4 people, but if you clear it yourself first, you can actually charge more, since they just need to show up to the boss and collect the loot. Thanks for watching guys, if you enjoyed the video please subscribe, because I'm trying to get to 1 million subs, that would be really cool. And yeah, thank you.